Parents about the
Tonight we introduce you to Sawyer, a 13-year-old boy with a passion for singing and a moment that has reached more people than he could have ever imagined.
I spoke with him and his parents about the impact singing has had on Sawyer's life and the impact Sawyer has had on so many others. It's one of the most well-known songs, sung before ceremonies, school gatherings, and perhaps most notably, sporting events. And in front of coaches, players, and adoring fans, 13-year-old Sawyer McCarthy sang a song known all too well that brought tears to the eyes of those in attendance.
Here today to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome Sawyer McCarthy.
This video of Sawyer singing the Star Spangled Banner at the Columbia Fireflies game quickly went viral. With over 9 million views on Facebook, the video has reached people not just in South Carolina or even the United States, but all across the world.
There were people from South Africa, Sawyer, Australia,
What else?
Germany.
I mean, it went way too far.
There were people from New Zealand, Canada. A lot of Canadians actually commented and said wonderful things. And what I think is beautiful about that is if you think it's the American national anthem, but Sawyer's voice has had the ability to not just unite America, but nations. And that's so unique. And that is Sawyer. That is really who he is.
John Oliver, the promotions and fan engagement manager with the Fireflies, says Sawyer had sung God Bless America for the Fireflies last year on the 4th of July, and they were eager to have Sawyer back at the ballpark to once again share his voice with his fellow baseball fans.
You saw the video, you heard the voice. We just had to have him out here in front of our fans. Honestly, it's just I'm just glad that people are able to see that the gift that Sawyer has and that he's able to put those smiles on people's faces.
Sawyer is a natural-born talent, never having a voice lesson before in his life. His parents say it's a gift from the Lord. But his young life has not been without hardships. When he was just 3 months old, his parents noticed Sawyer was not squinting when his mom was walking with him outside in the stroller. It was an unexpected moment that changed their lives forever.
When we went to the doctor, they did an MRI of his brain and noticed that he was missing the middle of his brain, the midline structure. After we did the scan, that's when they took us to an ophthalmologist and they told us that he had optic nerve hypoplasia. So with that comes blindness, sometimes some learning disabilities, cognitive disability, loss of gross motor function. But Sawyer is just your typical 13-year-old. He does have some issues in those areas, but really just his personality outshines all of it.
And Sawyer has never let his disability be an excuse. When Sawyer was 3 years old, his parents noticed he had an amazing ear for music.
Yeah, he has the ability to listen to something and harmonize beautifully with it.
That was it. That was the moment.
I'm not sure it's because he's blind and his hearing senses are heightened, but he picks up on things and can learn it very quickly.
Oh yeah, I sung last week. We sung Noel.
His love for singing has only grown, but Sawyer doesn't complicate things. He simply sings to bring people joy.
I love singing for people and just, what can I say? Inspire others, maybe?
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe inspire others.
You told me that you like that it makes people happy.
Yeah, and smile. And smile,
Yeah.
and smile.
The desire for a simple smile, a goal that Sawyer achieves every time he sings.
For from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory.
Beautiful, buddy.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Sawyer's parents always knew he was special, but they didn't know just how much his voice would allow him to share God's love with others.
So when I first held this little baby in my arms, I knew that he had a gift. I knew he was different. I knew he was set apart. And this is before I knew he was blind. I just knew in my spirit that God had created him for something far bigger than we had ever imagined. And so I was patient. I knew that when the moment came, the Lord would use him. And it's beautiful to be able to sit back now and know that this is the moment that he was preparing us for.
Sawyer has differences and challenges that many others do not experience. But at the end of the day, he's just a normal, fun-loving teen with dreams to sing, maybe even on America's Got Talent, despite his nerves around what Simon Cowell might say.
I'm more worried about Simon because he's like, oh, Sawyer, I don't think I really enjoyed it. Because you know, Simon likes to insult a lot.
Did you just use an accent? Do it again. Do it again.
He's never used an accent before.
No.
Or as comments on his viral video suggest, maybe even the Super Bowl.
Do you want to sing for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, sure, I mean.
It's so simple.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever, I'll do it.
He's humble and soft-spoken, but when Sawyer sings, it resonates even deeper than words.
He may have trouble communicating like a normal conversation, but I think that when he sings, that's how he communicates.
No matter where he sings, whether it's church, school, around the house with his family, or at Segra Park, his voice travels further than he could ever imagine. Like while singing the Star-Spangled Banner and bringing a smile to people all across the world.
Oh, love it.
Absolutely. Now, Sawyer will actually be back at Segra Park on July 3rd to sing God Bless America once again for the Columbia Fireflies. So if you're in town, be sure to head out to the ballpark.
Yeah, well, great job with that story, Hannah. And I tell you, it just so inspirational to see how he's making such a huge difference. Clearly, that voice touching so many.
It really is. He's making a huge impact, and he's only 13.